Last time with game, the group had different things happen, involving but not limited to Zephyr having learned of his full past and having to come to terms with that. Um, Areem acquiring Mithril in order to eventually make a sword, where he and Jade were just getting the last bit for that day, the last day of the week. Perthros doing a lot of reading and learning about the teleportation thing. Um, but ultimately, the party had split. Out in the forest, Balasar and Perthros and Gnarl, when they were getting ready to head back into town, suddenly saw a phase spider, while Avina, Tucson, and Zephyr had done their conversation that they had to do involving the guild building. And before Avina could go off for her personal meeting that she had to do, and Tucson and Zephyr to go do whatever they want to do, suddenly they heard a commotion outside and they saw things just suddenly appearing out in the city, with people freaking out. And Areem and Jade, pretty much the same type of deal. They just got done. They were getting ready to head back for the day when all of a sudden people were freaking out. So, Areem and Jade is where we'll start. The two of you have just gotten done with your mining and whatnot, and we're starting to head out. And all of a sudden, people were freaking out. It was as if the town was being attacked. You get outside to see that, in a sense, it is looking like the place is getting attacked, with people running around and guards starting to scramble. You don't see any fights going on, you just see it happening.
I think we better hustle. Something might be going on.
Where are we hustling to, though?
Wherever they are.
Do we even know where they are?
Probably up above.
Okay, well, lead the way, I guess.
So we'll start heading up. Not sure how that goes in the circulus area.
Yep, you guys head on up, eventually getting to where you see a couple of guardsmen that are injured and a few others that seem to be almost freaking out. And looking around, weapons drawn.
I'm gonna call out to one of them. What's going on?
We don't know! And for Areem, you see a very familiar thing, as an ethereal marauder pops into existence momentarily and attacks one of the guards and then goes back out of existence.
Did it look like it was the same one from the dungeon guild hall?
It's hard to tell.
Damn.
One of the guards looks at you and goes, listen, we've got here covered. We need you, guild members, up towards the main city.
Any particular...
Go
Any
ahead.
particular part in the main city? Oh, I feel like you're going to say the same thing as Bane just said.
Yep.
Yeah.
He, as you're saying that to him, he just points towards this way, just pointing that way. And he does get a swipe on a marauder that was attacking in one of the other guards. So he just told you, go that way. In short, the more heavily populated areas.
I'll start running down that way.
I'll follow behind him.
So what the hell was that thing back there?
Before we go on with you guys, though, as you guys are running down, every now and then you see not just those, but another thing called a flitcher. Or filcher. Imagine a torso with arms and a weird head and one leg. They also keep kind of popping into existence. And then they seem to try and steal people's shit and then disappear. They do get attacked every now and then they do fight back, but just like the Marauders, their whole thing is about popping in and then popping out. Now your character can ask, Noah.
So, Bream, do you know what was back there?
Talking about the thing that was attacking the guard, or the things that we saw running here?
Attacking the guard and here as well, I guess.
No idea about the things on the way here, but the thing that was attacking the guard is the same thing I saw in the guild dungeon that you weren't with us for. Right.
Okay. How do we fight them?
Carefully. Essentially, just wait for them to show up and attack at that moment before they have a chance to go disappear again.
Okay.
While the two of you are saying that and running this way, though, or running that way, back with, we'll go with, Perthros, Balasar, and Gnarl. Gnarl looks at Balasar and Perthros and kind of does like the hunker down and motions to go to the left.
As in, it's time for a move silently?
To try and move silently. So yes, roll and move silently.
Well, we're screwed. We got a 9.
The three of us get to about there when you step on a branch and it turns around. Gnarl looks back at Perthros and Balasar and goes, "The two of you get into town and see what the ruckus is." He takes out the wand, the rod, and goes, "I've got this handled."
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm running as far away as I can if he's whipping out the wand.
Balasar goes with you. So, the two get back to town and witness the same thing. There are marauders and filchers just popping in and out, essentially everywhere, with, for the most part, not really attacking people, but people freaking out is startling and then causing them to attack, which then makes the guards attack them. Honestly, what it looks like is just marauders popping in confused, and then filchers popping in confused, but then trying to swipe jewelry or anything that they essentially can. Belisar is looking at you for confirmation on what to do. Seeing your face, though, he goes, "You do know what these are, right?" Lamb.
And then I've been muted. Motherfucker. The low ones, yes. One of them almost killed me shortly before you showed up, and the big ones, no.
Gotcha. These are ethereal creatures. They're from another plane of existence. They pop in, do whatever they're going to do, and then pop out. But this is an infestation. This is beyond. There's no reason so many are here popping in and out. It's as if someone is messing with something and making things appear.
Like maybe someone opened a door to another plane?
No, not that plane.
Okay.
This is a plane that, I guess the easiest way to put it that you would understand with your, no offense, but limited knowledge. Think of a ghost, how it can't affect you and you can't affect it. Kind of the same thing. You can't see them, they can technically see you, but you can never interact with one another. But sometimes they can come into this world and then leave. But normally it's far and few, and they just kind of stay in their own plane.
So this isn't a thing that just kind of happens.
No, not that I've seen.
Right.
The only times we've seen this has been, honestly, when people are incorrectly messing with teleportation across planes.
Well, that's, I don't know. We probably gotta find everyone else, though.
As you say that, he got a look on his face, and he... Whoops, I flipped him. He just starts running this way.
God damn it.
Over here inside of this building, what does Avina, Zephyr, and Tucson do?
Have we seen the creatures?
Yes. You are seeing them appear.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
Lavina, Zephyr, we should probably get back to the guild hall so we can get our... Wait. Yeah, we need to get our equipment and weapons.
Yeah, that is most definitely, yes.
I've got most of mine, but yeah, that's probably a good idea.
There are enough guards around this area that they should be able to protect the people here, but everyone else is probably not in quite a good position.
I know this is an embassy, so they're probably not going to have a lot of, equipment we can borrow.
So I'm gonna start heading out towards the guild hall.
I am going to be following after Tucson.
And I'll keep at the back, make sure nothing like tries to sneak up on them. Since I already have my armor, since it is me, and all I need is a few daggers, I'm fine.
You probably never drop those.
All right. With everyone outside, everyone can see what's going on when suddenly from way over here. So if the Elven district, if you don't know where I was pointing, is a large column of light that just starts to go upwards. Not a consistent column, but some sort of weird magical aura bursting out of that area.
Should we go check that out?
Could be partially responsible for this, but should probably get equipped beforehand.
The Elven District probably has something we can borrow.
I mean, our place is right along the way.
True.
I'd rather use weapons I'm used to.
That
Keep
is
in
very
mind,
true.
if you're going to try to don your armor, that would take a lot longer. You use full plate, don't you?
No, I believe Tucson was scale.
And I use leather.
Alright. So,
Let's head
where
out.
do the three of you go?
I vote this way.
Jared, do you just follow?
Yeah, I follow along towards our guild hall for them to pick up equipment.
Okay.
Yeah, we may.
So while the three of you make a stop there, swapping over to Areem and Jade, same thing. You see the large magical aura-like pillar come out of that area.
That's either good or very bad. I wouldn't suppose the rest of the guild knows if that's good or... Do you know if this is good or bad?
I have the clue. We should probably head over there and find out.
Charge through the main streets or take the side?
Man would definitely be fastest.
Okay.
Alright. If you don't try to join guards with just standing and waiting for something to pop up and then attacking, you guys more or less make it with relative ease all the way to the Colosseum. And then as you start to go around it, it's pretty much the only way. Right there. You back yet, Lamb?
Doesn't seem like it.
Alright, they make it there. You guys are going there. Avina, Tucson, Zephyr, you guys get the things that you want and you're able to progress forward.
Oh,
As much
probably.
as I love the formal attire, I much prefer this.
You don't like your battle, fire, princess, whatever bullshit dress?
Marcus, can I keep the dress on?
You can do whatever you want. Did you forget?
I
and
forgot
not
it. I forgot.
Did you write
wrote
down
it
what it's
down.
called?
Uh-huh.
What's it called?
Battle mode Flame Princess.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me.
All right, so the three of you are able to run forward. Which direction do you run? Can I have everyone but Lamb roll a spot? You'll have to roll 2 there, Noah. Kelb?
Oh, we asked me to roll a spot as well.
Yeah.
Three.
Tate?
$13.
Jared?
19.
For Tucson, Noah?
8, nat 1.
All right, how about Jade?
16.
All right, Avina, Jade, and Zephyr all notice each other as you guys are going down the way, looking around. Areem is looking the wrong way or concentrated on something else, and Tucson's just got like a face looking at the dirt as he runs. He didn't notice shit. So if you guys wanted to meet up and run with each other, or just an acknowledgement of, okay, we're going the same way.
Jay's gonna be pointing directly up and at the light, and just keep going.
Avina gives a nod and like a, we know it's obvious, but we're heading that way too. I say we go straight for it. With them.
I'm sticking slightly behind the two in my group, so I'm just following them.
Okay. There. Okay. Now that Lamb is back, Lamb, Perthros was following Balasar, and as you guys started to run that way, when he had this, like, oh shit kind of thing going on with him, all of a sudden out of the Elven District was a magical aura-like pillar of light that shot out of that area.
Goddamn people and their magic. Oh, wait, no. I probably shouldn't be saying that.
So, as the two of you approach, you get to hear and you can see the area is got everyone getting far away from that teleportation stand, and it's going crazy.
Great, so do we have to break this one too?
Balasar just looks at you and goes, "Something's coming,"
Oh, that's a good sign.
and pulls out his weapon.
I will
Or
too once I look up
summons.
the range of my short bow. Okay. I don't know how far 60 feet is, so I'm just gonna go over here.
Alright, while waiting for a brief few seconds, the rest of the party gets up to here. And you can see Perthros with a bow and Balasar with a sword.
So, what are you gonna do? Shoot the light?
We're shooting what comes out of the light.
Wait, what? What? Something's come.
Apparently.
Balasar just looks at you. It might not be bad, but consider
Better to be prepared.
And then, how many? Real quick. The beam of light more or less then shoots out 6 smaller beams from it in front of you guys. And in an oddly familiar style. Six individuals show up. They are wearing a fancy looking armor. Each wearing a sigil. The same sigil. If you were to see, probably more just Perthros, Balasar has a look on his face of kind of happiness and then pissed. And he just looks at him and goes, "What did you do?" One of them goes, "We're getting you back. We had to break a few rules." And he just looks at them and goes, not really, goes, motions around, and they go, "It'll fix itself when we leave. With you." And then he looks at it and goes, "Something else is still coming." They go, we're in the middle of a combat. But it should be fine. It shouldn't have followed. And before they finish that, another beam goes outside of the city.
Oh, I think that thing followed, whatever it is.
Rule 1 of teleporting. Don't bring shit with you.
More like one of the big rules with what this scene is don't break it, so to say, and try to cheat space and time. And they cheated space and time.
That's true. Don't break space and or don't cheat space and time unless you're supposed to cheat space and time.
Unless you know how to cheat space and time. Anyway, and as he says that, right outside the city,
Did that tree spin, Jared?
I wasn't looking.
I'm glad the spinny tree is back.
a massive, you could say colossal, animated statue that you would only akin to a gigantic warforge is outside the city.
It's a Gundam!
Oh, for
Wait.
the love of...
Balasar looks at you guys. Listen. Help us just push it back to the past. We'll go with it. Everything should fix it for you guys.
So wait, are we bringing it back to the gate, or...?
No. He goes through a rucksack and holds out a stone and goes, "I've got this."
But Balasar, I don't want you to leave.
Okay, then you get to clean up all the marauders.
I'd rather not clean up all the marauders. They're kind of creepy.
But, let's have this conversation later.
Yeah, let's go.
Give me 1 minute. Alright, there we go. I just had to get it to be that I could see the creature stats. I want everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
Let's hope I do better than my move silent.
You did rolling for all of the Balazar teammates, Argus.
Yeah. Essentially. Kelb, what'd you get?
7.
Tate?
21.
Lamb?
5.
Wow, someone
Jared?
rolled lower than me.
I
9.
got a nat 1.
Noah?
10 for Tucson, 16 for Jade.
Oh, good. You will be playing your own turns then, no? One after the other, assuming the teammates don't fucking intervene in that, but
They will.
Don't worry, Monster is gonna go last. No one can get lower than 0.
That's good.
Well, it's probably shell-shocked from, like,
Actually,
going, what the fuck?
technically, -1, but still. He rolled a 2 with a -3 on initiative.
Nice.
Does that mean we get 2 turns before he goes?
No.
Damn.
Still got better rolled initiative than I did.
So Tate's gonna be first.
Oh, hello. It is me.
Okay. So first and foremost, it is you, Tate.
Ah, yes. Me. Alright. Well, we'll see how this works. I'm not exactly sure, but, Perthos, don't laugh. Battle mode, Flame Princess.
I'm just gonna slowly turn around like, what the fuck did you just say? That was not the time for that.
Give me a moment, Tate.
Okay.
I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget it later, because I'm sure you'll use it again.
You and your fucking magical girl shit.
Now all we need is a Japanese voiceover.
This is literally Gundam. Welcome to Gundam.
It's closer to, I don't know, like Sailor... No, it wouldn't be Sailor Moon.
I'm a magical girl.
It's like reverse Sailor Moon, because all of us here are men except for you.
Hey, Gnome. Did you want to make a contract? Hi, Mushy.
Well, she's been here.
I know. Mushy knows what I'm referring to.
With what? The Frozen song or the Madoka Magica reference?
Madoka Magica. No, not Monica. No, it's, do you want to make a contract and become a magical girl? Madoka Magica. Puella Magi Madoka Magica is honestly one of my favorite animes. It's short, sweet, and to the point, and very fucked up when the whole thing happens. And the movies make it worse, Lamb.
Don't know why you're specifying either that one, but okay.
Just because I know you've seen them. Have you seen the movies, though?
I haven't seen anything about
Oh,
Madoka Magica.
it's really... It's a watch. It's... If you watch it, I'll watch Arno Surge.
As much as I like Arno Surge, it's one of those things
I mean,
where
Sword Art Online.
I thought you already watched some of it.
I didn't yet.
Besides, Madoka Magic is on my list. It's just, I've so much shit to go through. So much shit.
All right.
Again,
Avina, you hear
Yes.
in your head,
Are you fucking kidding me?
battle mode activated. Analyzing combat expertise.
So,
Re-initiating. Rescanning. Battle mode active. Level based. You suddenly become engulfed in flames. Your dress and you becoming quite literally a flame princess. You are currently immune to fire. So fire damage as an example. And I'm not going to tell you how much, but you do have certain abilities which you see as Fireball and Incinerate. You don't know if they do, but you just gain the knowledge that you get to use it in this mode.
well, this is interesting. Does that make me a Firefox now?
That was me hitting myself.
Me the soundboard just so we can boo Tate.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
I hope your voice dies again.
No, it was the worst. I couldn't make a pun.
Oh, it's so great.
Shut up, Lamb.
Sounds like a fucking miracle.
That's what some coworkers are joking about.
Is that all you do, Tate?
So I'm not exactly sure how this works, but she's gonna point her hand at the thing. Fireball.
Sorry, not fireball, firebolt.
Oh, fireball.
All right, make a ranged touch attack.
Oh. What's my pluses on that?
It's the same as any other attack. Roll a d20. Add your BAB.
20.
Go with an AC of like 12 size.
And that's not a natural 20, don't worry.
Okay, what level are you again? 4?
Yeah.
Roll me 2d6.
I love the dice roll. 10.
Just checking something real quick. 10. Okay. Next up is Balasar and team, and their turn is all spent warp striking, and once they get to a certain spot, grabbing something, you can't tell. They handed something to Balasar earlier. Next up is Jade.
Jade is going to conjure forth a spiritual weapon and have it attack the Warforged. No lamb, not spirit guardians. I don't get that yet.
Oh shit, is that actually a thing in this edition?
I believe so, just not as good. But, does a mod 20 hit?
Yes.
Uh, 10 damage as a, ethereal spear comes out and becomes solid and launches at its leg. And that'll be it for the turn.
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that.
You forgot to do what?
Pass turn.
And to
Gotcha. Oh, if you want to... Do you have them in order?
Yeah.
he does.
No.
It's in order. The, next is then Tucson, so...
So I do get them in order.
Yeah.
He's just going to be pulling out his crossbow and taking a shot. Uh, 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
5 damage. And when I should specify the spear was force damage because spiritual weapon. Now the turn's over.
Is it actually Jared's turn now, or is there something else
Yes.
in between?
I'm gonna get my bow ready and move up to duck behind the archway. And then I'll probably
let's see.
try and shoot up towards the face.
Your character Zephyr would be aware by now, and Areem and Perthros would also be aware with what they've been doing. That this kind of a thing has a hardness. You guys haven't really been doing much to damage it.
Oh my.
Then I will probably spend some time observing it, seeing if it has anything like the smaller golem things did, like an off button somewhere that you can
Weaknesses.
try and aim for. Yeah.
Roll a search.
Who, me?
Jared.
Uh, 18.
There's no off button like there was, but you think that there are at the joints a couple of weak spots, as well as it looks like there might be a couple of spots that if you were to get in close enough, you might be able to shoot into it and damage it that way. Going after the not metal and not wood parts, or not metal and not stone parts, basically. But especially the not metal parts. Which, on the outside, is most of it.
And that'll be all for my turn.
Alright, that means you're up, Areem.
Well, since bows seem to be the common thing right now, I'm going to be pulling out mine and shooting it.
Normal arrow or magic arrow?
Normal arrow, because I am out of charges.
How does it charge up?
Magic. And that's not just me being an asshole, that is the literal answer.
Yep. It's almost as if I threw a gnomish character that works for the guy that might have helped make some of the stuff and knows a lot of the stuff into the group so that he can maybe help with some of that.
So, Marcus, does a nat 1 allow me to still hit this thing?
Can you roll again for me?
Rolled a 10 on the second one.
Fantastic. Actually, I'm going to ask a quick question. Do we want to continue to do the... On a critical failure, I have you roll again? Or would you like me to do another thing that I've seen, which is the percentile that I roll to see just how bad you critically fail?
I mean, technically that's what we're doing with a d20, we're just rolling it ourselves instead of it being a percentile.
Right. I'm just asking if everyone would like to just keep it the way we've been, or if you want it to be potentially good, or potentially better and potentially worse for you.
I don't really have anything against the current system.
Okay, we'll keep it as is then. Your arrow goes wide. It doesn't hit any allies or anything like that.
So, I'm going to step over, yay, and try to blast it in the knees with a Melf's acid arrow.
Go for it.
Which I'm assuming is a called shot.
Oh, where are you shooting?
The knee. Or a
Okay.
knee. 17.
Yeah, you hit.
Cool. What the fuck is my damage with Melf's? 2d4. I do 6 damage.
Okay. Next up is Gnarl, who whips out the rod.
Whips out his rod. Bastard.
I had to summon a couple dice.
Good.
He holds it up to his face, concentrates for a second, points it at it. Laser barrage. There's a stream of colorful deadlights going off and hitting it. Then it's its turn.
Oh no. I fake moved it. I moved it back, don't worry.
I rolled a natural 1.
Come on, break its own.
Ah, my knee!
Well, it punches straight for Balasar, misses him, and punches between the two towers, and brings its fist back and slams it into the ground for a total of 32 damage. So there's a massive hole in the ground now. Back to the top of the pecking order. Tate, you're up. As this thing created a massive hole and made a gust of wind that everyone felt from its punch.
Don't get near it. Anybody see any way to get this thing to back off?
Balasar looks down at you and yells, "Don't let it escape."
Hit the weak point for massive damage!
Avina's gonna look for anything that could be... In other words, I'm gonna spot check.
Okay.
Damn, it didn't double dice roll. 16.
Spot check for what?
Any weaknesses or any...
You think that if you were to use your strongest dress ability on its right kneecap, like Areem shot at, or that Perthros shot at, you might be able to make it fall over.
Alright, she's gonna aim where Perthros went. And she's gonna try the other spell. Incinerate.
Alright. It starts to charge in your hands, and we move on to the next.
Oh.
Next up, then, is Balasar and team. And they all warp strike it.
It's like you're throwing rice at it.
Kinda.
What the hell?
It's just so I can get them next to it.
This looks really weird because now it has eyebrows of people.
There, now it's actually on it, Tate.
Yay!
Anyway, they warp strike it. Let me roll. Not very miraculously, they all hit it, considering. It's a big target. If you guys haven't realized with you keep hitting it, it's just about...
To be fair, Marcus, I missed.
That's true, but nat 1. What was it if we went off of it not being a nat 1, but it was just the total amount?
If the nat 1 did not cause an automatic miss, it would have been a total of a 10 to hit.
You almost hit it. You still miss with a nat 1, but you almost hit it. And they all land on it and deal almost no damage. You see little bits of rock and metal get chunked off or scraped, but again, this thing is hard to hurt. Next up is Jade.
As move action, the spear will be attacking again. $16 to hit.
Yep.
8 damage.
All right.
And
And
this.
then Tucson.
Oh,
sorry.
Not yet. This spell dissipates because of time restraints, and Teal cast. You look up the name again.
Spirit Guardian. No.
If I had Spirit Guardians, that would be awesome.
Dude, that AC bonus is nothing to snub your nose at.
Gonna cast Status.
Which does.
Pretty much lets me know where my allies are for the next hour per level. If they're disabled, staggered, unconscious, dying, nauseated, panicked, stunned, poisoned, diseased, confused, or the like.
Okay.
So I pretty much know if they're in danger or need to be healed or anything.
Right.
Nerd.
All right, so then Tucson's turn then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's going to be taking one of Avina's flasks of stuff from months ago and throwing it at one of the legs.
Okay. Roll an attack, I guess.
14.
Also, you might want to move closer to it, because he's pretty far away for just a throw.
Especially considering how far up you probably have to throw.
He'd need to be more about
I mean,
there.
I'm just going for like the shin foot area.
Yeah. He's not 5-10 feet outside the city. He's like easily 30 to 60 feet outside the city.
So Marcus, should I roll a D100 to see what happens?
It's just Avina's old food. It doesn't do anything. It'd be a poison. You're trying to poison a robot.
I really just want to get it out of my inventory. It's starting
Fair
to make
enough.
everything smell.
Well, his foot smells like ass now.
Oh god.
Not even ass. It smells like death. Just death.
I wonder if it's still good to eat.
No.
No, I know.
It's not even good to look at. Like, he probably had to hold back a little bit of puke just to hold it and not be disgusted by what's in there. Anyway, Zephyr's up.
I'm gonna try and shoot for a joint on the leg, or somewhere around the leg that looks like it'll be easier to penetrate.
Okay.
$27.
With an arrow?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're able to spot a area that looks like it's made more out of a fibrous material than a stone or metal. And you shoot, and your arrow is straight and true. Go ahead and roll damage.
One.
Well, you technically got around its hardness because of being lucky for 1 damage. Congratulations.
Look, I got
I'm
a
such a
19 on the
child.
D20 and a 1 on the D6.
Fair enough.
I'm such a child.
Alright, Kelb, you're up.
Well, let's hope my bow doesn't miss this time. $12? Does a 12 hit?
Yeah. Are you just shooting, or are you shooting for a weak spot?
I'm just shooting.
Okay.
Three points of damage with the arrow.
The arrow hits, but it bounces off.
And I am going to be taking a 5-foot step forward.
Takes 5 acid damage. And then the acid dissipates. And then I hit it with another acid arrow. Or not. Because I just got a fucking 10.
That's 10 against its touch AC.
Oh, probably?
Yeah, hit.
Cool. Yeah, it's touch attack. For 3 points of damage.
Look at it this way, Lamb. Melf's acid arrow can't miss.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
A default animated object colossal. Altered a bit for the Warforged, but still. That creature in and of itself, its touch AC is -1.
Oh, that's depressing.
It has such a low, like, anti-dex, basically, due to size and everything else. That's why. And its size.
Yeah, its size itself was giving him, what, a -3 to that?
Like a -3 to dex and a -8 to AC itself. Yeah, there's benefits with becoming massive, but not getting hit is not one of them. How much damage for that second arrow?
3.
Alright. Avina.
Yeah.
You continue to charge. Can you roll me a concentration?
Okay. Yes. I hope I get around its hardness. Oh, he's done it.
Alright, she's fine. You continue to charge. It doesn't go off this turn. After you is Balasar and team, and I'm not really able to move them because of the hitbox on the Goomba. But they move around to different key points on it, like shoulders, top of head, and so forth. And then they begin, it looks like, placing something on the Warforged.
Oh god, we have C4.
Noah, your turn.
Jade's gonna take a shot with an arrow.
Oh, by the way, this whole time its turn has been trying to get those guys off of it, if you're curious what it's doing. But it's really difficult because of where they're at. They're getting a circumstance bonus, and it's not beating it.
Jade is going to miss. Tucson, on the other hand, is going to run up to its leg, pull out a crowbar, and try and open up some of its armor.
Alright, roll me a strength check.
Nat 20, total 26.
There is a spot where it looks like he is able to get the crowbar in, and he gets it in there, and he starts to pull it off, and as he's getting it off, he sees that there is, and the short way to say it, Magitech behind the armor. There is rock, there is wood, but there is also magical electricity, basically, zapping places. There is moving bits inside of there. There is some sort of liquid, a couple different liquids flowing through different tubes. He's not got it pried enough that he could even get in there, but it is pried open.
But I could possibly drop some shit in there.
Potentially.
Considering what a task that would be, I'm pretty sure that's all I could do this turn.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't have it bent. He is kind of forcing it, so this is using up all of his strength.